file is a special place where we can run code to build data that our application is going to need. And so what we're going to do is let's just build, we're going to build 10 friends. So 10 times, we're going to run this code that says user.create, and we're going to set the email and the name. And we're going to set them to something. Empty string is kind of boring, so instead of creating them all with empty string, we're going to use a gem. And that gem is called Faker. Gems are like it's like a library that we can use. It's part of our application code. In this case, the Faker gem we've used before in class. What lets us do is lets us very easily build data such as users, usernames and addresses and stuff, and use them with our application. So Faker.name and Faker.email, these are the basic things that we're going to use.
Okay.
So in order to get that gem to work, we just have to go and run a special command called bundle, which actually goes and gets all of our sources. So all right, so 10 times. See how Ruby reads very cleanly. 10 times do, and just going to be user create. Make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Is the user.create
Yeah, good question.
like
Part of it.
is that something that you call or something that you wrote?
Yeah, user create. It's a function we're calling. Yeah. So we're calling this function on the user class. So this is like a static. This is like a static method on the user class, or a class method, depending on kind of your nomenclature. So rake dbc is a command. So rake is like kind of like make. I don't know if you've already done C. So make is a tool to run commands. Rake is the same thing, but it's for Ruby. So now we got our friends list. Now we've got friends. It looks like we're actually writing the. Looks like I mixed these up here. So I said instead of name, I had an email and so forth. So those are wrong. So what we'll do is we'll just go back to our to here and we'll go delete all the users. This shows off another really cool feature of Rails called the console. Now that'll just delete all those users for us, and then we can, so at this point we should go back to having no users. Basically I don't have to restart the app at all, which is pretty cool. All this stuff is just kind of live.
Okay.
And then at this point, then I have all my users in here. So now you've got pretty much the same application that I have, minus the cool thing.
Right.
Cool?
Yeah, I think so. So, can you explain to me again what role Faker plays?
So it's just making up some names. So if you go back to the Rails console for a second, Rails console is a great place to experiment with stuff. So, but every time I call this method, I just get a different name.
Oh, I see.
It's making them up for us. And the same thing for email. It just gives you, all it does is just, what did it say here? There's no name, it's not, that turns out it's internet email, so it's a little bit different class. So every time it's a different one. So it just kind of just generalizes stuff.
Populating.
Yep. Exactly. Okay. Alright, so what you probably ought to do next is, let's see here. You have Friendbook, you have friends. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to try to sign in as a friend. So see if you can figure out the way that you make the way that we're going to sign in is we're actually going to have use what's called select. And a select has many options. Alright. So here, I just I template a little select down here. See if you figure out how to populate that select with all the friends. So instead of having them, well, have them be in these LIs, but also be inside of these options in here. See how the text for that friend is. So the text for this friend is static here, but instead we want it to be dynamic.
Okay.
All right. And so it's just like a pattern thing. You know, you just kind of just try to recognize the pattern and apply the same pattern.
Okay.
All right. Can you figure signing in with your stuff? Close. Let's go. Users, very cool. Very cool. So we cool. Oh, so you, that's really pretty good. So you get that, and they get the sign.